going on, guys? Embarrassingly enough, the first 2 minutes of my video had no audio, so this is my intro again. Basically, enjoy the video. I'm going to break down Celestia, give you an idea as to why I like it, and ultimately, lead you hopefully down the right path to start doing your own research on the asset and see what you think if it'll go up in value better than Bitcoin this bull market. Let me know. See you guys in there. And based on the performance of my videos so far, it turns out you guys really like me breaking down assets. I have not gotten a single thumbs down yet. If you're the one, thank you, I guess. I would hate that, but either way, I want to bring you valuable information. So reach out. I love teaching and helping. For those who do not know, before I get into it, I am Jake Tullis, or I go by JT. I have 10 years of software development experience. I've had software development companies, startups in the Cincinnati area, and I do consulting for large companies, enterprise, data, design, software development, agile development, teaching teams how to build software. And for the past 2 years, I've been running a hedge fund out of Cincinnati called Bleeding Edge Capital. We are a exclusive crypto hedge fund, and I am the fund manager and analyst. So I'm the person that takes a look at assets and deploys the capital, raises the money. I'm that guy. And today, what I want to do, without giving you financial advice, because I don't ever do that, is take a look at one of my favorite assets that I'm just over the moon about. I've talked about it on my TikTok. If you don't follow me here or subscribe, you definitely should go find me on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you prefer. I post about these kind of calls a lot more there, talking about my research and the results of it. That's the whole purpose of this channel. So I want to kind of this year spend more time actually breaking this stuff down from an analytical perspective of what I'm doing to make these decisions in a very condensed version. I only got 10, 12 minutes to keep your attention, so I'm going to do my best to just breeze through the process that had me buying Celestia at $2 before it did the crazy shit it's done. So, with that, let's get into it, yeah? So, first, Celestia, the token is TIA. Celestia is an interesting idea. So, for those who don't know, I'm a fundamentalist. I research and deploy capital into assets of which I believe have a unique offering of some kind. And it's all based on computer science and price and all the other financial, I guess, analytical work that other fund managers might do is probably 5% of my decision, maybe 10. I care far more about the software and where it fits in the ecosystem. And that is the expertise that I have. That's what I bring to you. So the idea that they are creating a new kind of blockchain network is interesting to me. That's what caught my eye almost a year ago before this token drop. If you go back to 2022, 2021 ETH Denver, the founders there talking about the importance of data availability with Vitalik. DA or data availability is basically, well, I'll get into that later. So they're taking a different approach to blockchains. Essentially, they want to handle a specific part of a blockchain. Okay? Blockchains traditionally did everything, right? Layer ones, they do it all. They do the computation, they do the storage, they do the execution, they do literally everything. Okay? Well, Celestia believes that for this all to work out, it needs to be modular, much more, similar to the way the internet operates now. So what they've done is created basically a different way of breaking up blockchains. And you can think of Ethereum. Honestly, this is what Ethereum's do. Execution are layer twos. This is where ZK Sync is. This is where Polygon is, right? This right here is where Celestia is at. And this is where Ethereum is. Crazy, right? But splitting up Ethereum, a layer one, into these different optimized, it's called cottage style architecture or cottages, silos, whatever. It's not really silos though, because these are actually integrated. So cottage really is the ultimate word here. In this architecture, you can see that if you go from doing all the things in the same layer and breaking them down into this stuff, how this layer could get a lot more efficient. And that's the general idea of Celestia. Hey, Ethereum, Solana, whatever. You don't need to do data availability and consensus anymore. Let me do that. You worry about settling trades. You worry about computation and all the execution, whatever your chain's built to do. Just focus on that. I will provide the consensus and data availability. And that's the super interesting thing about their design. Okay. This is a really good example here. So essentially, football games going on, the decisions made in real time, the process of solving it, and the transaction between the goal and the user would be the same thing as like a node with the users here. This is what settlement is. Bob sends 5 tokens to Alice. Node goes, Bob doesn't own 5 tokens. Reject transaction. This is what Ethereum's do, right? Consensus, if you've been in, crypto for a while, this is just how nodes get to an agreement that it did, in fact, happen, and they agree on the order. Block ordering, MEV, this is big in Ethereum. And then finally, you have data availability. So imagine the football game was happening, and then they record it, and you want to watch it over, right? You got to go grab that file from somewhere. This is where Celestia comes in. This is the service they offer. They are offering to store that video and allow users to call it and watch it at their will. And they'll do that for Ethereum or Solana or Cosmos or Polkadot. They'll do it for anyone. They sell data availability in this specific service to free up the space of these blockchains. And if you've been following me for a while, you know I am only interested in infrastructure and interoperability. The fact that Celestia works with all these chains and that it is providing a specific service for these chains. There's going to be way more chains than successful ones. We bet on the picks and shovels here, not on the specific asset. That's at least my thesis and how I run my fund. And as you can see with the intrigue of the market picking up here, it has pulled roughly a 9x. A 9x. My fund was able to get into this asset right at $2 because I've been watching Celestia for a while because I believe in the modular architecture. I'm sorry, 800%. Bad mental math there. I believe in this kind of proliferation of optimization, if you will. I believe that there are going to be a lot of appended services that are stood up, right, to support these layer ones. And I am constantly right now looking for tokens that represent an offering to support the infrastructure of this space. So in cap, right? Let's just do a little review before I close out here. Celestia is important because it sells something to the entire industry that they already do, but it's expensive, annoying, and a waste of block space. Genuinely, right? They come in so much cheaper, and with more bandwidth. So they have 187 kilobytes a second. That's not a lot. I get it, 2 megs a second, whatever, but it's enough. And Ethereum can't do that. And also, they only do DA and consensus. So they are built and optimized for that service. Any blockchain can use it, and you can spin up your own blockchain much, much easier. I believe layer ones will just be the equivalent of a database in the future, and that's one of the decisions you make. Because at the end of the day, these blockchains are exactly that, databases. And what I do is help you understand why that matters and why it's important. So, Celestia, you guys, I called it. It's crushing it. Not financial advice. Do your research. This is purely an educational thing, helping you understand this asset. And let me know what you think. As always, I appreciate your feedback. If you want to know more about tokens like this, I'm telling you, go find me. JT knows things. Any platform. YouTube, I post one long form video a week. I'm thinking about increasing it to 2 or 3. But either way, that is where I post daily. 3 to 4 times a day, I am on TikTok talking about the results of my research. So if you make good decisions with that information, that's on you. I'm happy for you. Otherwise, make sure you subscribe to get more information like this and a longer term vision for this space. Because without that, you're going to be emotional, you're not going to have conviction, and you're going to make mistakes. Okay? Let me help you not make mistakes. Watch my shit, please. If you're not watching me, watch someone else like me that's teaching you good investing principles and understands what this shit is. Okay? Take care of your family, your loved ones, take care of one another, and until next time, peace and love.